And we are back once again to talk about this week's Toku, and we have so much Toku to talk about.
Oh man, what was the joke again last week? Like we kind of had a shorter episode last week because this week's gonna be so much longer.
It just might be. Even if it's not technically longer, we're gonna talk about a lot. We've obviously got this week's Gozyugers and Gavv, but we're also finally gonna talk about Girls Remix. We got the first trailer for Zets, sort of, and then we also
Mhm.
have Ultraman Omega premiering this week.
Yup.
So it is a lot to go off. But let's start,
Yep.
like always, right now with Gozyuger.
This episode was made for me. Once again, this episode was made for
Dude,
me.
I
Once
thought,
again.
okay. I was like, okay, this episode's cute. We're gonna have gals. I knew that Azure is gonna be into it, and then we got this episode ending, and I'm like, man, the whole episode was made for him, huh? To be fair,
Yeah.
I love the ending. But we'll talk about that at the end. Man,
Yup.
Gyaru number one. First of all, I really like the monster design for it.
Yeah, this seems really, really good. Like, oh my god. Like it's actually
Yeah.
really funny that we have an episode about Garu because one of my favorite YouTubers who is Moon Channel. He actually recently did a video of why do Korean and Chinese gotcha games look Japanese, and there's actually an entire section about how Gyaru. And it's really funny. I'm giving it a minor history lesson here because there is a minor history lesson about Gyaru in the episode, but pretty much Gyaru was a counterculture, kind of like kind of how punk is here
Yep.
because it basically went against the whole idea of the Yamano Nadeshiko or like the perfect woman in Japan. But then companies commodified it,
As they
and then
do.
it became like fashion. Exactly, kind of like what happened with Trump, kind of. So
Yeah.
yeah. It's really funny, like learning that minor bit of history about Garu, and then watching this episode, I'm like, man, yep. And then they actually show like different like the like they explain there are different types of Garu, and it's kind of great. So hell yeah.
My yeah, episode was very fun on that front. I love just the bit of her showing up, and she's got her two friends with the big like kachidoki style flags with her name on it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
she's got to have her super flashy entrance. That was extremely cute. Uh, man, I felt so bad for Sumino this episode because she's like, "Oto,
Yeah.
I found you," and she's like, "Who are you?" Uh,
Yeah. And then and
and
then and then we basically also see Otto almost drop the ring and say, "Oh well, if the ring drops, everything goes lights out because I was in an accident and this ring, like this when I woke up, this ring was on my finger." So like,
yep,
man.
So I really like that because one of my biggest kind of hangups about this episode coming in was like, oh, we just found her with like almost no fan for almost no nothing. It feels like we're just kind of skipping to the end of this storyline, and them
Mhm.
being like, oh, whatever happened in the past, she was in an accident. She's been in a coma. She lost some of her memories, and the only reason she's awake right now is because of the ring. Still keeps the like, well, something happened. We still have to solve it. And obviously, by the end of the episode, we need to get her a ring. Uh, which I'm wondering if
Yup.
it's only the Shinkenju ring that keeps her up, or if they give her another ring, because that could technically be like a temporary solution. Is someone could give up a
Yeah.
ring? I
Mhm.
would assume it either be Sumino or it might be Kijino, just since they have that very much like grandpa granddaughter like bond.
Yeah, but yeah, like no, honestly, it was kind of cool. Like like seeing all the different, all like every like them also just playing with the Gyaru theme, which is pretty great. Because one of the things that we see in the episode is that we see like writing methods, and you see that they are like mixing like all sorts of different lettering, which helps out too. Because I mean, I forgot. Have you actually watched uh like Power Ranger Samurai or Shinkenger at all?
I've seen a bit of Power Ranger Samurai. I have kind of like the gist, and I know that they do the writing style with the like
Yeah.
brush slash like their transformation things.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, and it's actually kind of cool because yeah, when she does her transformation, she writes the hiragana for he, and he is fire. And so she writes in the air, fire, except Gyaru style. So it's really really in character.
Yep.
So it's kind of great about that.
I really
So
like
yeah,
that. I'm also a
yeah,
big fan of we get two guys Gyaru beamed at the beginning of the episode, and so they can't take the
yeah,
Gyaru outfits off. So I love that they just the rest of the episodes are just dressed like that.
yeah.
Uh,
Um,
but I also absolutely adore how like supportive or chill the guys are. Like they were all just like, let's learn about this. I absolutely loved the like Gyaru lessons, and like the one person who's obviously not doesn't have their head in the game is Sumino, because she's still worried about like what happened to my sister. But I absolutely
yeah,
adore we're getting the lessons, and they're talking about like, Gyaru spirit is about being true to yourself and doing what you like regardless of what other people think. And whoever was just like nodding his head, yo, there's more to this Gyaru stuff than I thought.
yeah, yeah. They were all so into it.
They
It
were
was
also into it.
great.
I was obsessed when they were teaching the like slang terms, and I don't know which subs you watch, but the ones that I were watching were translating the one word to presh, so like precious is presh, and I just fucking
Yeah.
absolutely loved fucking Ryugi, just fucking Lord Tegasortis, presh,
Yeah.
and then DD, and then it's like parties are DD. I love those two. They were just
Yeah.
really like
Oh
that.
my god. Yeah, that two guy energy is so good with them. I love them so much.
Oh, they were so good. And I
Yep.
loved again how everyone was just super participating. We got something that I've been wondering again, because again, I thought this was going to be like, oh, are we going to clear up the mystery or something going on here? But we get one, not only confirmation that this is the real Oto, because she checks and she has the same kind of like moles in the back of the neck as her little kid sister did, but also we get like the confirmation of oh god, I always forget Lion's name because it's also it also starts with
Rico.
Rikuo. That's what it was. Rikuo finds out about the silver-eyed man who took Ota. And oh man, when they do that zoom in on his face and he looks so worried. But also
Yeah.
he's got like all the face full of makeup too.
Yeah.
He looks good, honestly.
Yeah, they all look good. Like man, Horu like freaking like looked so good in that outfit. It was ridiculous.
He looked great. But Rigo, like, he really is like a pretty boy, because he looked good in the outfit, like just in general. I think what's his name, Kijino, looked a little funny because like the like hair extensions they did for him for his bowl cut
Yeah.
were kind of funny, but like it was good. And I loved, we get like a final battle. Kumade shows up. They ask him to. I love again how some of the monsters have been using their like themings to fight. Like, we had the tag battle where they actually were playing tag, and now we have the like Gyaru battle where she fucking just chucks phones at them, and it's like, who can type out better? Who can type out the sentence faster or whatever? And then they fucking explode. Great, fantastic. Kumade joining the fray, and then trying to hit a pose, and she was like, "Wow, that's lame as fuck. Get out of here."
Yeah, it was so funny seeing that, and I'm just like, man. And also really funny too, because Kuda like really only shows up for like 3 minutes, like 2 minutes this episode.
He just showed up. Yeah, he was not involved in the plot. He was just like, all right, we're finally fighting a no one. Time for me to be here today.
Yeah, and it was even funny too because they even bring it up like saying, "I haven't crashed this episode. I haven't crashed the show enough yet." It was so funny.
I haven't been involved. I absolutely adore. Also, then we get the Sumino Gyaru reveal. I'm gonna be honest, I had seen some fan art of her with the pink hair, and I've been wondering, and I've just been like, I thought it was one of those things where sometimes, because sometimes you see the fan art of the characters in Sentai, and when they're drawn in a more anime art style, they end up having the hair color to whatever suit they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you see like adaptations of like, the Red Ranger will have red hair. So I thought they were just giving her pink hair because like her like secondary color is pink, like her highlight color. I didn't realize she was actually gonna show up with the pink wig.
Yeah.
It was cute. She was. I love how like adorably tacky a little bit her outfit was, and I love that was like the point, because she was like, she gets called out on it by the Gyaru no one, and she's like, well, I thought the Gyaru spirit was not caring what other people think.
Yeah. Just throwing those words back at her. It was funny.
And then leading this like into a cute moment of like sisterly reconciliation when we get, oh hey, the two sisters got to team up. We got to see a really cool double fight. Horu just, obliterates a man with goodness Kumade. Though
Yeah.
the close range just blast this guy was kind of insane. Rest in peace, Surfer Man. But I feel like the big highlight that I've seen everyone talking about in this episode is the end. In a search for power,
Yep.
who comes out and steals the Shinkenju ring in like one last bit after we see it? It's our favorite man, Fire Candle.
Fire Candle.
And
Dude,
I love
yeah.
that you were talking about it, that she used the new like the hiragana way to spell he, and then we got the like quote unquote proper way to spell he now that Fire Candle has the Shinkenju ring.
Mm-hmm. So that the coolest thing about this to me though was that it is actually a very, very big tribute to Shinkenger / they also did it in Power Ranger Samurai actually as well too.
Yes.
Power Ranger Samurai actually tried, where pretty much like the Red Ranger that we see, the Shinken Red that we see throughout the series is not the true Shinken Red. It's actually their cousin, or it's basically their cousin who's the opposite gender.
Yeah.
So our first female Red was Shinken Red, and then we basically had the swap from a female Shinken Red to a male Shinken Red for this.
And I love that he's like, I'm the real Shinken Red, and it's like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That is
I saw that
direct reference.
Good homage. Yeah, very, very good what they did with that. I loved it. And also him getting to do the transformation, it's so good, seeing Fire Candle, because obviously he basically wants power, because they Pegaju, I think it was it's basically pointing out that he basically lost every single time he showed.
Yep. So, and he hasn't been out collecting rings from what I would call fodder guys in the background like everyone else had.
Yeah.
Because he's been worried about his 1v1s with Hoiru.
Mm-hmm. But also, it's really funny too, because everyone loves Fire Candle so much so far. And people say, dude, can we please make him the main writer of the next series, please?
Dude, I would love to have Fire Candle as literally anything. I'm really hoping again. Yeah. I've told you, I'm hoping Fire Candle and Bouquet end up on the good guy side or the surviving side by the end of the series.
Yes.
I hope Kuon goes straight to hell.
Yeah.
Do not pass go. I hope they survive. I hope they live happy lives. Throw Kuon in a hole though, please.
Yeah.
And
but
then
it's honestly throughout the episode too, because I was also thinking maybe is this really the real Oto as well too? I think it's an alternate universe Oto as well too.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe there's something here, because we just got a fake person coming back last episode, so I was like, is that the setup telling us this is what's gonna happen? But then okay, the big thing is we get the next episode preview, and a lot of those shots look like Hoiru and Tegasword are fighting alongside the Shinkenju sword.
Yeah.
A lot of the shots have them lined up if they're not fighting against each other, but fighting with each other. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on there?
Yeah, I'm really curious now.
Oh my god, I'm so excited about the next episode.
Yeah.
But
oh man, talk about different worlds. Let's talk about a brand new world that we're adding, right? Omega. I
think we should talk about, speaking about other worlds, I feel like we got the little news segments. Those will be a little faster too.
Okay. Yeah.
So we got Kamen Rider Zets. I think the big thing is set for a global release.
Yes. Global release. I was at Anime Expo, and I basically was just spamming everyone I could. You
spammed me on the Discord. I was insane. I'm gonna be real. It does look like a lot of the leaked images were fairly accurate. I'm not the biggest fan of the suit.
It's a bit rough. The thing I'm liking as a joke, or that people have been joking around about, is that this is the first worldwide rider, and they made the commercial, they made the trailer look like what felt like a car commercial, and
it really kind of did.
It felt like a Hollywood blockbuster commercial, and it's okay, you know what? We had to make the rider look as edgy as possible. So yeah, let's make a rider to appeal to the West, and we get Zets, and Zets really does look like Wait. You know what it reminds me of, kind of. I mean, I know people have been saying Revice, but I just remembered because since I'm saying Hollywood and we're talking about Super Sentai, the Power Rangers movie from like 10 years ago, I think now at this point.
Yeah, it kind of does remind me of those suits a little bit, but I didn't particularly like
Yeah.
those suits, so that's not great for me.
No, I mean that's what I mean though. Like they had like this idea of what appeals to the West.
And here's the thing,
And all, yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Right now, that's probably the thing that worries me about the show the most. Because I like the show as it is. I've enjoyed every one I've watched, you know, even if some of them I think, you know, have more problems than others. I have a lot of fun watching them, and I hope that they're not going to like really try really hard just to like very much like pander to the West in a way that like, you know what I mean? Like, one of the reasons I got into Writer is because I liked how unapologetically like sincere it was. And so I'm gonna be a little disappointed if we get like a like insincere, more like edgy season, like just to appeal to the West. Especially because again, the reason they're Western fans is because they like it as it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. But honestly, like I think one of the like the things that like one of the funny edits that I've been seeing around too is like the edits of putting Zetz's belt, instead of being across his chest, it's around his waist, and I'm like,
the
I
like
don't know, like
the unzest your Zets.
Yeah.
I will not lie. I kind of. Here's the thing. It's not that I don't like the thing across his chest. I kind of don't like how like empty his waist looks. Like he feels kind of naked for a writer.
True.
That's
but,
like,
I mean,
I wish he had a belt, like just like a regular belt, just like a simple one. I feel like just to break it up a little bit. But again, here's the thing: suits grow on me sometimes. I feel like even like the Tegasword good Whiteburn combination kind of grew on me once I saw it. I'm hoping it'll grow on me a little bit. I have so far I've also been a big fan of all the other like Reiwa suits so far, and so this has been the first one that has been kind of a miss for me personally.
It really does feel very Western, very Western inspired, because like you can almost feel like it looks like a suit that you could unlock in like Marvel Spider-Man the video game.
It kind of does. And the other thing with that is so there's that, and then there's now the talks that, you know, we saw what looks like to be some like generative AI in the trailer. And so, you know, it's kind of disappointing to see that going on.
Yeah, but from what we've seen though, like one of like the like I forgot their name, but I mean I was like sharing some stuff around. So pretty much what it could have been, because of like, you know, kind of how quickly it was put together. But one of the like one of the suit designers for years, Shinohara, was actually taken off of Gozyuger because he actually did use AI for the concept art of the No Ones. So he actually got taken off the scene. So Japan
so I'm hoping,
is also kind of angry about it. So what people are just expecting is that, like, you know, they probably might have just taken some of the backgrounds off of, like, you know, one of those stock photo sites, which are filled with AI. Like,
that is also
so much.
Dude, stock photo sites are like fucked now. As someone who used to use them a lot for like editing and artwork stuff, shit is so fucked. Right now, trying to find reference images for stuff has become a job onto itself. But regardless, I'll remain cautiously optimistic for Zets. I'm going to try to watch it officially. If things look well, I want to, you know, support the project. If it really is like a mess with like a bunch of generative AI and stuff like in the show, probably gonna like, I'm not gonna drop it just because I like talking to you, but it might not be a thing where it's like, you know, depending on where it streams, I might get a new account just to watch Zets, just because I really want to support Kamen Rider coming global. But and it's a thing where it's like a generative AI mess, I just might not get an account and just, you know, we're back to the cat site like always. But then speaking about other worlds, right before we get to Omega, I watched Girls Remix. Man, they did not. They don't let Sachika do anything, man.
Like I said, pretty much, because like honestly, they did open it up for another like, you know, episode of it, right?
They did. They did.
Yeah.
But I know you were saying
So,
that, like, oh, you're going to be mad or whatever when you see Sachika or whatever. And I'm like, what is he talking? So I was watching the episode. First of all, really good to see Rin again. I love that she's a little bit more confident, but still has that little awkward energy about her. I loved seeing her interact with the other girls. Everything was really sick. The fighting was sick. I'm glad we did get an explanation on how Peach Lady was alive, because I was like, weren't you dead? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Everything setting up to that you know, big climactic thing. And at one point, I'm like, hey, this is like halfway. Where the fuck is Sachika? She was even in the opening.
Yeah.
And then she's literally in the last 30 seconds as a fucking delivery person.
Yeah.
Dude, Toei hates Sachika. What the fuck?
Okay, yeah, like I said, but like I said, the saddest thing is that I feel that they really are going to Kamurai Tsukiyomi Sachika, where it's basically going to be in the final like episode, even 2 episodes maybe, where she's going to become a writer.
At this point, I think so. But we'll get back to talking about. We'll get back to talking about
remix 2 with her.
Yeah. Sachika at the end of this episode in a bit.
But but some of the things I really did like about Girls Remixes, or at least like, you know, some of the fun things, is that they finally confirmed Tokihime from Fudo PI as canon in universe, because, you know, Akiko was talking about how they had a newcomer at the detective agency, and it's like, you know, if you watch Fudo PI, like, you know who the newcomer is.
See, so, I have not, because I haven't watched Double yet, and I want to watch Double before I watch Fudo PI.
Oh yeah. There's that, and also one of the coolest things too, though, and like one of the major reasons why it's definitely a big setup for another installment of Girls Remix 2, is the fact that the villain, we didn't even get to see her full transformation.
No, the belt disappeared.
Yeah, exactly. But one of the coolest things though is that that is Arisa, who actually was Buster Yellow from Go Busters. And
nice.
If you know about Yellow Buster from that, that's Arisa Komiya, who's also the voice of Dia from Love Live Aqua.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is if we're getting a second one, obviously I want Sachika to be like involved. Second, if we're getting a girls remix, you know who else I want involved? Neon.
Who? Oh, yes.
Kind of sucks that we didn't get another like recent female writer in this one, but I get it, because, you know, obviously Gotcha was the most recent season, but I'm hoping, you know, Sachika was in there. I hope we can get Neon for the next one. Again, I'm just Toei, I'm so mad at how you treat Sachika, and I'll just move on from there, because if not, I could scream about this for like another hour. But with that, we are switching production companies for a second. Suba Pro.
Yeah. Yep. The
Ultraman
Trailblazer. Yeah, produced a Trailblazer in the worldwide Toku, essentially, like worldwide Toku distribution, I should say. Yeah.
I mean, what can we say about Ultraman Omega other than, first of all, I had a blast. Incredible opening sequence.
Yeah, just so you know, we actually, like, we're recording this on Tuesday. It came out on Friday, and we only just watched the episode together right before we recorded this.
It happens sometimes. We have busy lives. You were at Anime Expo, so I'm assuming you were kind of wiped from that.
Oh yeah, I was dead tired, man.
I want to try to go to the one next year for sure. So
yeah,
hopefully we'll be able to hang out then. But
hell yeah.
But anyway,
oh man,
fantastic opening sequence.
Yep, just fighting in the ship, fighting the planet, like basically just destroy the planet and then somehow get sent to Earth.
It looks like he was escaping and he gets hit by the beam, and it kind of like implies that like it was nearby Earth and he just kind of like fell.
Yeah.
Then we get to cut to our, like, I guess our primary human protagonist. I forgot his first name, but his last name is Hoshino.
Kosei Hoshino.
Kosei, that's what it was.
Kosei Hoshino. Hoshimi.
Hoshimi, that's what it was. Hoshimi, yeah.
Yes.
Because it was Star.
Oh, man.
I feel kind of bad for him.
Yeah.
This guy just kind of landed in his life.
Yeah, like the funny thing too though is that, like, you know, we basically see like Ultraman Omega, like, you know, like essentially being a meteor and landing on Earth, and he's basically started on the episode drinking a bottle of milk, like saying this is gonna be another good day. And it's like and he proceeds to have the most ridiculous day right after.
I love his house or the building that he works at slash lives in. The set for it is so
Mhm.
cool. I know while we were watching, you were talking about how it looks so lived in. And it looks so nice. Dude, I would love to live somewhere like that. It looks awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, like there was just stuff everywhere. Like it's like you like like the set design technically may have been too busy for some people, maybe potentially, but it does look like someone does live here and does like enjoy their life, like does take their life seriously there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Very cool. Rest in peace his lunch because it gets stolen by Omega from the very beginning.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh man, and then we beat Omega, and Omega, like being pretty much an alien. And the funny thing too is that we don't even know his name is Omega until the final, until the end of the episode. But yeah, he is just so like he is just so full of wonder throughout the episode, and like you were talking about how you just love this deadpan look on his face the
Dude,
entire episode.
he looked, it was great. I loved panning to him, and he just looks like so damn confused. Like, what are you talking about, man? It was great. I really think he really sold that, like, no, seriously, I have no idea what's happening here. I love the like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna call the police, and he just blank stares at him. It's like, do you not know what the police are? And it's like, no, what's that? And then
yeah,
you see Kosa just kind of feel bad, like, am I gonna call the police on what's obviously like a mentally unwell guy? Uh,
yeah, yeah. But you know what he did know about? He knew about kaiju.
Yep, we have the appearance of Kaiju, the first appearance of Kaiju in this world. Obviously, he seems to be familiar with them. He was fighting, some bug Kaiju in space. And I'm assuming that, the Kaiju are coming from space because of something going on with what he was doing. But he doesn't remember right now. And I don't know, I love this sequence. I love the sequence of them just being in like the civilian, like his civilian form with Kosei running around. They help a little girl. I do love this, like, such a confusing shot of like they're about to get stomped by the kaiju, and he just basically jumps off and pulls them, and you see it from like Kosei's perspective. He has no idea what's happening. He's just like, oh god, I saw the wind, and what's going on?
And then he's approaching the ground very rapidly all of a sudden.
Yep. Incredible bits. And I love that, Kosei's showing like how much of a kind person he is, and Omega's noticed that he's like, you are kind, or you is kind,
Yeah.
because he doesn't have his tenses right or whatever. And I love that the setup for this is, why'd you help her? And it's like, because I'd feel bad if you didn't. And then when we see, the same woman and girl have the help, it's like he comes back, because he comes back for him even though he shouldn't. Like, you weren't running, I would have regretted leaving you. And he's like, I also would regret leaving you. I think I could fly. I think I could do things. And then we get the first transformation, which I really like. Very much gives like this is him turning into his other form, with the way that it like basically like almost like suits up. And a very big
he
fan.
suits up and then grows.
Yep. And I love like the motif of like reaching for the sky that he's got on like his poses and his transformation. Much. It's very cool. And then honestly, we just get kind of a sick fight. Some very fun.
Yeah, like kind of like kind of how he just kind of knows about the kaiju. He kind of fights. I guess the best way for me to say it, like my best descriptor is efficient. He has very efficient fighting.
Yep. Flying around to do specific dodges once he figures out he can fly. And honestly, just a perfect like little boomerang throw to the nose.
Yes, I love the slugger so much.
The slugger's so cool. Man. I kind of want one. I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be rough. Apparently, we might be getting the like flat 25% tariffs on. I think it's like all Japanese and Korean goods. So I cry. But honestly, a very fun first episode. The ending of him being like, "What's your name?" It's like he gives him his name, and it's like, "I'm Omega," and we just end on that. Very cool, very fun.
And he actually smiles, I believe, too, right?
Yeah. We have kind of like a whimsical vibe. I'm kind of just, we'll see how it goes from there. I really like the kaiju design we saw in the preview for next week, Mr. Frogman.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But yeah, compared to the
another
other,
exciting season of Ultraman looks like we got.
and compared to the other two, like first episodes that we saw, like Blazer just came in guns blazing, literally. Arc, basically just showed off the wonder and basically basically like had really cool shots. This one was very comfy and much slower pace, like like kind of setting the tone before it starts ramping up. Because it really does get the vibe of this was a peaceful world until
Yep.
the kaiju showed up.
Until now.
Yeah.
And we'll see
Yeah,
how that
exactly.
then we'll see what becomes of that. But again, it was a cool opening. It's got me curious about what's going to go on, and we'll see, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's a world that didn't even have see the kaiju either because they never existed. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, and I'm really excited for next half a year, I guess. Right.
Right. And with that, this week's Gavv.
Oh,
I
man.
mean,
okay. Which parts do you want to talk about first? Like,
I mean, again, we're back to a regularly scheduled Honto suffering.
Yeah.
Him just having to eventually be tied up in a chair in Suga's old lab.
Yeah. And even getting water splashed on him too, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you. It's so funny.
Kind of crazy, yeah. They eventually just had to sedate him using Lakia's toxin. Nuts.
Yep.
I'm like, well, I guess that sets up what we're gonna see later in the episode. I mean, big thing. I feel like the big thing we're getting to is Nielv and Suga. Well, really Nielv because Suga's no longer in control. But the just telling everyone to go to the beach and then just keep walking into the water. Rough.
What a messed up thing to show. Like, man, just keep going.
And especially because one of the people that he hit with the beam was like a mom at a playground, and her daughter was like, "Mom, where are you going, Mom?" Crazy setup.
Actually,
also,
okay, sorry. I just kind of need to make the joke a little bit about this right now, but you know what just came to my mind because I did say Power Rangers movie. Remember the first Power Rangers movie when all the parents were about to fall into that giant excavation pit?
Honestly, only vaguely. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been so long.
Yeah, because I just realized that we basically got the Ivan Ooze thing happening with the hypnosis again.
Yep, fair enough. That makes sense. That sounds like a very Power Ranger plot,
It is the movie. I don't know if it aged well, but it's funny to think about whenever I think about it.
Sure.
But
I mean,
oh man, but yeah, this episode though, we have we have a lot of crazy revelations. Like Shoma does realize that his other uncle's alive.
Yeah, we don't get that till the end, but we also get, first of all, I love that Sachika runs into homeless Longo and thinks it might be Niel, and it's like, oh, no glasses? Okay, not him.
Yeah,
intense.
They probably are setting up Longo to be the final villain at this point right now.
I think so, for sure. Lango survived, and I was worried for Sachika for a second because he looked like he might do something, and then she just left like, oops, sorry, wrong person, bye. And then she's like, that guy looked really familiar, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. But yeah, the we're getting the setup. We know Honto's been taken over. We see people running to the beach. We see even the sweet toner running to the beach, and everyone converges there. We get the big reveal of Lakia's monster form to Sachika. Which he uses, to sedate everyone so that they don't actually, drown themselves. And then we get the big. I've seen the big thing I've seen for the Honto scene with the inner Hontos talking to him is there were three Chocodons inside of you. Incredible, fantastic. Man. I'm gonna be honest. I think the person I'm gonna miss most once we're done with Gavv is going to be Honto's suit actor, because starting that fight with a fucking running spinning headbutt
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh man.
it's been the suplexes, the fucking double jump kick, now the spinning headbutt. Bro is crazy. I love him. I love how he
Yeah.
fights. It's so fun. It looks so sick.
Yeah.
A-
It's
And
like this is basically just definitely this is a human civilian, like just being like
doing what he
scrappy.
can. Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. And I'm glad that, it looked like he was going to attack them. He runs past them to try to fight Nielv. Also, other thing I've been seeing where it's like we finally get to see the full like Nielv like armor form, and it's like
Yeah.
the bulkiest of all of the siblings gave himself the twinkiest human form.
Yeah.
Uh,
But man, and the fact, and he is horrifying to watch fight, because like he doesn't need to do much. He basically just licks his thumb and basically just makes an entire area inaccessible to everyone.
yeah, incredibly like fucked up looking guy to fight. Uh, I mean, there's not much to do against him. We do manage to destroy the gun. We do manage to save everyone. I do love that Sachika continues to be like their PR, like, no, those are the writers. They're the guys who saved you. I do think it's really funny sometimes that like humans would be scared of like the writer forms, because especially here we have some of the like, in my opinion, like cutest writer forms we've gotten in like a little bit. Like like we have like the parfait and the strawberries, and like Master Taste and Overgav are both like very like round shaped, and like in my opinion not very threatening looking at all, which is part of their charm. So I just always really funny like monsters, and I'm like, they look really cute though actually.
Yeah.
But
Oh
yeah,
man.
I think the big thing is obviously, in addition to they save everyone, we're setting up next episode for more stuff with the president now. But we get the reveal from Hanto. Yeah, do you know this? Do you recognize this lady? And it's like, that's my mom. And it's like, yeah, the owner of the sweet shop. That's your uncle. His sister disappeared 20 years ago. That was such a good place to end the episode too.
Yeah.
Uh, and then yeah, it looks like we've got Mr. President next episode.
Yep. So like, what is it? This is episode 42, which basically means that we have roughly 7 episodes left.
Yep.
Oh man.
And we finally got the president coming out to play. Obviously, this means we're gonna see Longo doing whatever he's gonna do soon. I'm wondering how Shoma's gonna go talk to the sweets owner now that he knows. But yeah, I mean, we're rounding out the end game. I'm so far I'm pretty excited. I also love how we've kept continuity with this Sweets owner guy going online and finding out that original Hanto post about Granoots, and being like, this disappearance has been going as far as 20 years ago, and he's like, wait a minute. He's like putting the dots together. But honestly, just like a fun episode. I'm excited about next week. We're kind of, like I said, we're hitting that end game, so I feel like we're gonna get more and more like serious episodes until we end.
Yeah, because I mean, we still have 3 more members of the Stomach family to kill.
Yeah, somehow.
Oh, and the president and
And the
Lizelle.
president and Lizelle. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. My current guess is going to be that at least one of the Stomach family or the president or Lizelle, at least one of them is going to be taken out by like each other. Like either Longo's going to take out the president, or the president's going to take out like Nielv or something. I don't think that the factions are really going to stay, quote unquote, loyal to each other at this point. Lango's already presumed dead. Nielv has always kind of been doing his own thing. Jeeb honestly might just be mercy killed at this point because he's dealing with his own shit. But apparently he's training to use the bitter Gavv better. So maybe that could also be like another thing where we get kind of like the opposite of like an evil rage form, where maybe he does gain power, but he's gonna lose some of his sanity, and he does something he regrets, kind of continuing into like his spiraling right now.
Yep. Yeah. Not having a good time at
Nope.
all.
Nope. But with that, we've got your extra 10 minutes from last week basically set up here. We had a bunch to talk about, and we will have more to talk about next week as always. So we will see you later.
Later.
This program is brought to you by
our unending love of tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
you can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.